landed in Vienna. It was an easy trip from Paris. In fact, I think we are the only flight that arrived at this airport in the last hour because it is dead silent. Weird. I'm excited. Vienna, let's go. So I've just got a ticket on the city airport train, which apparently leaves every 30 minutes and only takes 16 minutes to get into the middle of the city. Okay, so they're every hour at 7 past the hour and 37 past the hour, starting at 6:07, ending at 11:37. I'm saying 7 a lot. 7. 14.90 for a single trip, 24.90 for a return trip. That's what I did. And I read when you're catching the airport train in from like the central station in Vienna, you can check your luggage there, like as if you're already at the airport. I don't know if I trust it, but let's see. I'll see in a couple of days when I leave. So you can check in at the train station and do bag drop here and then go catch the train. That was like the best, most comfortable, easiest, quickest, quietest, most zen train ride I've ever had from an airport into a major city. But I didn't know where to scan my ticket. So I don't know if I bought it online for like a non-dated one. No one came to check. So I was like for a minute there being like, have I done something wrong? But I guess not, because now I'm in Vienna. Alrighty, now I'm settled in at the Adagio Hotel in Vienna. I don't know, it looks alright. I mean, the wallpaper's a bit much. There's a nice little kitchenette area. It's a lot of room actually. A bed area. This weird little table nook area for when you want to have a table that you don't want to be able to access. And then a proper table over here. That's nice. And then a big bathroom. So no complaints from me. It's about 7 p.m, 7-ish. Today's been a bit of a nothing day because I just, went to the airport, caught a plane, then got here. And that just somehow took up all day. So, I don't know, I'll just probably freshen up, head into town and get some food, but then just like come back and go to sleep because tomorrow's a big day. I've packed tomorrow filled with museums and concerts and I don't even know what. Oh, strudel. No, not strudel. Schnitzel. Yeah, there's this like schnitzel place that was in all the posters at the airport. And I was like, oh, it must be a big deal. And they do a plant-based schnitzel. So I was like, booked in. But I do want a strudel. I might go into town and try and find a strudel. Here we have a lovely big building. Not sure what it is, but I'm impressed. Here we have a monument to Dr. Karl Lueger. Don't know who he is. Good for him. Well, actually, there was a lot of graffiti and like black paint poured over Dr. Karl, so maybe he wasn't a good guy and they should tear that statue down. Or I'm in a bad neighborhood. I better walk quickly. And down this dark, scary alley, where I'm all by myself, is Mozart's house. Mozart used to live and play here, apparently. I'm coming there tomorrow for... Ooh, Venetian masks. Wait, I'm in Vienna, not Venice. Yeah, I'll be coming there tomorrow for a concert. And oh, look at all these fun little ducks. It's good to be back in tourist trap land. And this is St. Stephen's Cathedral. She's a big one. Here it is from the other side. I think I'm in Stephensplatz, which is named after Stephen's Cathedral. Makes sense. So I had no idea what to do for dinner, and I was starving and I couldn't find anywhere. But then I stumbled upon this place called Frembury Fries, which is like just deep fried schnitzel and bratwurst. But they have vegan options. So they had a vegan schnitzel and a vegan bratwurst, and I was like, oh, I'll try that. And because, I've been in France, everything's been so fresh and healthy and like, perfect. I'm like, I need a fried food. And I also got this Austrian drink called Almudler. It's just like a herby soda. Herby and lemony soda. It's alright. This is the vegan bratwurst. Yeah. And this is the vegan schnitzel. I mean, you can't go wrong with that, right? That's good. Good morning. It's a lovely brisk day in Vienna. I've got a big day ahead. I'm just walking to a place called Café Central. I'll get some breakfast there. And then after that, I want to check out the Palais du Kinski, which I think is some old palace. Vienna seems to just be full of old palaces, basically. And then I have a tour to the Sisi Museum. I think Sisi was, I don't know, some empress or something. I just booked it because it was like, it sounds like the Sisi Museum, and I was like, that could be fun. And I think it goes to a palace as well. And then I'm going to go to the Upper Belvedere Museum, which is an art museum, and I think it's got a few original Klimts. Gustav Klimt. I don't know much about him as a painter, but I thought I'd check that out. And then I've got restaurant booking at Figlmuller, which has like it's the famous schnitzel place. And I'm hoping it's better than the schnitzel I had last night. And then I have a concert at the Mozart house. Big day. So this is one of the oldest cafes in Vienna. It was opened in 1876, and Freud and Trotsky and people like that used to come here. I'm gonna get the vegan stack, Frühstück. Look at that bread. That was so good. I loved the little spreads on the different breads. I loved that. I thought that was so nice. It tasted really like, fresh and fun. There's a big line out the door now as well, so if you can't get a reservation, you can go on a waiting list at the door. But I had a reservation, and when I came early there was no line anyway, so it didn't matter. And you can tell it's like a bit of an institution, because as you leave, it makes you go through a gift shop. And like it had like food items, like biscuits and chocolates and candies, but it also had like a magnet and a bookmark and like other like touristy souvenir things. And I'm like, it's just a restaurant, but I don't know, it's a big deal. Café Central. Alright, and here I am at the Palais Kinski, or Palais Don Kinski. It's a Baroque palace, and you know what they say, if it ain't Baroque, don't fix it. And this is one of the few places in Vienna that's free to enter. Everything else I've booked today has been like at least 20 euros. It's like for entry to anything. So it's pretty good. I love the lettering on these street signs. So chic. There's the Sisi Museum right there. And here in the middle of Michaelerplatz are some ancient ruins. These date back to Roman times. But some of them are also from the Renaissance and from the early 19th century. And this was only uncovered in 1990. There's a lot of fun architecture around here. So this was the Winter Palace for the Habsburgs. Pretty impressive. So I'm on the tour now. We're just checking out this palace. The palace is home to like 50 different museums, including the Sisi Museum, which is the nickname for Empress Elizabeth, I think. So we'll head there later, but we're just going to check out the whole area now. Whoa.
The Sisi Museum, before we go to apartments of Franz Joseph, after taking her real face, so that was her real face.
That's a death mask.
So right here, just swinging over you, it is a symbol to show you. In Munich, when she had to say goodbye to her beloved city Munich and Bavaria, going by the ship to Vienna. In Vienna, when she was after 8 months already.
Okay, so basically, she's Habsburg's version of Princess Diana. That's what I'm getting.
You see her fan here, her umbrella, her cape, and you please do see her corset here. Look at that. It frightens me every day I see it. That woman had 4 children. I mean, there was no blood circulation in that body anymore. Table, which makes you standing only with all the visitors, the request office. This is the closest seat. And you do see here all the seats around for the other. The photograph that proves you it looked exactly like that. You do see here also the pipes. And when you look to this metal bed, there is something very special about it. Table, Sunday evening dinner, they all have to be present. Franz Joseph was sitting on the other side. Same design like Schönbrunn Palace, Rococo style, and still today we have this wonderful Rococo style. So
This is the President's office, and over here is the Chancellor's office. And this is still all of the palace complex. It's pretty big. This is Sisi's memorial.
parts of the court palace. It's called the Imperial Library. It's a 17th century Baroque masterpiece. Roman Catholic, Protestant, Jewish, Islamic, no problem. Nobody will kill you for that.
I really liked that tour. It was good to see the Sisi Museum, but also a bunch of the Imperial Palace, or the Winter Palace. I'm not going to the bigger palace, the Summer Palace that's further out of town. There's just so many palaces in Vienna. There's so many. It's hard to keep track. It's hard to go to all of them, that's for sure. But I thought the Sisi Museum was really interesting. I knew nothing about her, but she's so interesting. So camp. Anorexic, hated the kids, hated aging, afraid of being seen in public after the age of 35 because people would think she'd be old, addicted to cocaine, and then a psychic told her that she would die on water, and because she wanted to die, she intentionally took her yacht out into storms. Didn't care if the rest of the crew died. And then she got murdered, like assassinated, and then went on a boat. So she got like stabbed in the heart while she was walking to go onto a boat on Lake Geneva, and then she was just like, yeah, I'm fine, and so she just went onto the boat and then died on water. So like, that's crazy. And it turns out she was smuggling all of the money from the empire like out into her own bank accounts, like in Switzerland, because she was gonna like try and ditch the empire. She hated the empire. She hated everything. She hated the emperor. She hated being an empress. Iconic. So yeah, I thought that was really interesting. I did it through a tour, which I thought was good. You don't need to. You could have just booked a ticket and used the audio guide, but our tour guide was quite good, and he added a lot of those interesting stories and colour, and I don't know if I would have picked up on all of that if I just went to the museum on my own, but yeah, I thought that was really cool. And this is Demel. This place is pretty famous too. So instead of waiting in line, I just looked at the shop at Demel, Demel, which Sisi went to. She liked the little chocolates, but not much of it because, you know, she was an anorexic. But I got the Kaiserschmarrn takeaway, which looks to just be like, I don't know, like little cut up bits of pancake with some like poached pear or nectarine or something on top of it. I'm excited. Let's try it. It's good. It's good. Now I'm going to head over to the Belvedere Palace. And another thing I love about Sisi is that she had 20 dogs, and she's got photos of her with each and every one of the 20 dogs, but there's like no photos that exist between her and her kids and her husband. She's got all these portraits of her dogs, like her memorial. There's like statues of dogs next to her, and I was like, you know what, Sisi, I get it. I love Sisi. I think her and I are like soul sisters. And the Belvedere Palace is so big. There's an upper section and a lower section, and then another section. So there's like 3 different museums all in this one big palace. And the grounds are quite impressive. So this is the upper, where I'm going. And the lower's all the way down there, but check out the gardens in between. Wow. That's The Kiss, Klimt's like most famous painting. It's got quite the crowd. I don't know if I get it. That's a Monet. This is a Van Gogh of Auvers, where I was 2 days ago. It looks so similar. So in this hall, 10 years after World War II, the Austrian foreign minister on this balcony signed Austria's independence, saying that they can never again be annexed by Germany. So this is a pretty historic site. Okay, so that was the Upper Belvedere Museum. Honestly, unless you're a huge like Klimt head, you can skip it. The Klimts were cool. There's a few nice other art pieces from like Van Gogh, or one from Van Gogh, one from Monet. There was like a couple of Rodins, and a bunch of other like really cool artworks from like lesser known painters. But you could also really blitz through it pretty quickly. And I think there's lots to do in Vienna, so if you have to skip something, you can skip this one. Because I don't think the tickets were that cheap either, so yeah, you can skip it. Alright, just had a quick rest at the hotel. Now I'm on my way to Figlmuller for some Austrian cuisine before going to Mozart's house for some random concert. And there it is. Looks like there's a line. Hopefully I can skip that. Okay, that wasn't it. He said 50 meters on the left. Okay. Oh, there's another one. There's 2 right next to each other. Same place. I mean, that one looked fancy. I wonder what this one looks like. Okay. Alright, yep. Let's see how people can get confused. This might be it. Now I'm in the right place. This version of the restaurant doesn't seem to have the plant-based schnitzel, but that's fine. So I've ordered some vegetable lentils instead and potato salad, so it should be good. I don't know why there's two places next to each other. Same name, different menus. Weird. This is the raspberry fizzy pop, so it's just like raspberry soda. And I just looked it up. This is the original and more popular Figlmuller. And they opened up the other one to cater for everyone else who couldn't get in. The other one looks much nicer. Lentils, potatoes. Well, that was a very nice, very hearty meal. I'm glad I booked because they were turning people away because they were fully booked. And they were telling the other people, like, go down the road. Go to the other one down the road. And I'm like, that other one down the road had a huge line as well. Like, guys, if you didn't make bookings, you're screwed. That was pretty good. Yes, here we have a decorative something or other. Not quite sure what the purpose of that is, but it's pretty. And here we have an object of religious worship and fanatical devotion next to a church. I've been walking around this church for 2 nights now. I may as well go in. And in another bit of Austrian trickery, I don't think it's called Mozart House, but I don't think it was Mozart's house because I think I walked past that last night and that was further down the road. And now this is also Mozart's house, but it's as in like the concert where Mozart played. So I think he lived on the other end of the block and he played down this end of the block. Very misleading. I don't know why when it said Mozart house I assumed it would be like playing in his bedroom. Like that. And clearly was not the case. But now I figured it out. So this whole complex is a monastery. Let's see. Including where Mozart lived because he was hired by a bishop to just play music. So he lived across the other side of the complex in a tiny bedroom where you couldn't fit a concert. And so this concert hall, really small, I mean maybe it is the size of a bedroom, is part of like the chapel. And it's the concert hall where he played. So far so good. I'm not filming because like that would be rude, I feel. But pretty impressive music. I'm enjoying it. And then they fleeced us because they're like, oh, there's an intermission with drinks. And everyone came out and like started grabbing the champagne and they're like, oh no, it's €5. And I'm so thirsty, so I bought a €2 glass of water. Man, tourist trap. These seats are so cramped. I love this guy. Okay, I'm just back from the concert in the Mozart house. I thought it was really good. As much as I was worried it was going to be a tourist trap, I ended up really enjoying it. There was a pianist, a violinist, and a cellist. And they did a mix of like all 3 of them together or just solos or just like 2 of them at the same time. And they did like a range of different composers. Mozart, Bach, who was the other ones? Then they did Schönberg and Strauss, which I think were the 2 Viennese ones. And Chopin. Chopin was a big one. And then, yeah, I just thought they were just really good. And then at the end for their finale, They did one where the violinist and the cellist played without their bows, so with just their hands like plucking the strings, and I thought that was really fun. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a nice space. It was the Sala Terrena or something like that. Really cool little concert hall, cramped as all hell, but the acoustics are good. It's cheaper if you like buy in the back row. And then when I got there, he was like, "Oh, you can upgrade to a closer seat for €10." And I was like, "Closer seat? It's like a 5 centimeter room." But then I was like, you know what? It might have been nicer to be closer to see like the hands on the piano. I couldn't really see that. I could see the violinist because he was standing up. The cellist you could really see, but the piano guy, I sort of just got the gist of what he was doing, and he was playing some really quick, fast, hard stuff. So it would have been cool to like see his hands actually tickling those ivories. But oh well. I saved €10. So, yeah, so check it out. It's pretty good. Anyway, now I better get to bed. I've got a big day tomorrow going to Salzburg for the Sound of Music tour. So excited. I can't wait. The hills will be alive. Good morning. I'm at what I hope is the Vienna Central Station. I'm about to catch a train to Salzburg for the day, just a little day trip. It is a long train trip. It's like 2.5 hours from Vienna to Salzburg. About €20 was the ticket each way. But I kind of felt like, it's easier to do it from a base like Vienna than staying in Salzburg for a night and taking all my luggage and all that stuff. I was like, I'll just do a day trip. Woo, Salzburg, baby! That was an easy 2.5 hour train ride. It flew. There was Wi-Fi. It was quick. It was clean. It was comfortable. And it was the first time anyone's actually checked any of my train tickets since I've been in Austria. All these other trams and metros and things I've been riding on, I've been buying tickets, but no one's been checking them. So, I don't know, is it an honor system? That's weird. Like, you don't have to scan anything, you just walk on. Anyway, I'm here. I'm excited to be roaming around Salzburg in nothing but old drapes. Here I am at Mirabel Gardens. I've got some time to kill before the tour leaves, so I'm just going to wander around and see what I can see. I just don't know if it's necessary to include a penis in like every statue, especially one where he's playing the penis flute as well. Like, let's look at that. I mean, that's suggestive. And check out the triangle player. Like, go off, sis. What's this other one doing? Yeah, pan flute. You know, when I hear the sound of music, that's not what I'm picturing. Whoa. Look at that thingy up on that mountain. Here we have a Pegasus fountain. Gorge. This is a pretty nice area. Nice gardens. And here we have another establishment claiming to be Mozart's house. I don't know how many places that guy lived, but apparently it's a lot. Ooh, look at that lederhosen. So chic. Traditional yet modern. Okay, now I'm crossing the bridge into the old town. That other bridge over there seems to be like filled with like locks. You know, love locks. Might check that out on the way back over the river. But oh my god, Salzburg's so pretty. So one of the delicacies here seems to be like Mozart's balls. These little chocolate balls with like Mozart's face on them. They gave me one on the plane and I didn't really like it, so I don't know, to each their own. I believe this is the Old Town Hall. Ooh. And this is Cathedral, or something like that, which is Salzburg's shopping street. Alright, here we have Mozart balls, ducks, lederhosen, and labubus. Okay. And here we have Mozart's birthplace. Ooh. And of course now it's a museum and a grocery store. Oh, just a lovely display of all the different chess sets that are available. And oh my god, what the hell is that? What the what? That's terrifying. Woohoo!
Right here where we're driving you guys where the cameras are standing, given that we are doing the Sound of Music tour and we're going in front of the Dorimy Bridge, why don't we test the waters to see how we're doing today, alright? Let's see. Do, a tear, a female tear, Ray, a drop of golden song. Stop. Alright, I can work with that. Good job. Now guys, check it out. You're gonna notice something different in the bridge. And that is they built a small house right next to the entrance that wasn't there for the movie. Reason being is because the movie became so successful, they wanted to start charging people money to get into the bridge. Can you believe that? This is how the rich people get richer here in Salzburg. Of course, the business went bankrupt, and now they only sell coffee and donuts. Did anyone pre-order? No? It's right there, guys.
Cool. That's the house from Sound of Music, and this is the lake that they filmed in, you know, when they were on the lake, obviously. Very pretty spot.
You get a question. But you guys know it as the front side of the Von Trapp family house. Right here is where Maria comes and knocks on the door with her big hat and her big suitcases singing, I have confidence in sunshine. I have confidence in rain. Right there. Right in their bag. She was hopping and dancing through these trees, and this is the wall in front of which the Nazis were lurking in the dark, waiting for the Von Trapps to escape out during nighttime. Remember that? All that happened here.
They're a lot bigger 60 years later.
Here's where she gets off the bus and starts singing I Have Confidence. I spot a gazebo up ahead. That's the gazebo. So this is just the exterior gazebo that was used for the film. There was an interior one that was just on a soundstage for the dancing, like obviously. And it used to be back next door to the White House on the lake that we saw, but then they moved it because tourists just ruined it. And then it was in a warehouse until 1991. But now they put it here in this lovely park area. But the doors are locked, so you can't go in unless you get like permission to go in to like propose or something.
I'm every mountain.
She sounded like a man.
Here we go. Do it. 1, 2, 3.
Climb every mountain.
People! She did amazing! Alright, Reverend Mother, check it out. I'm gonna show you where you live here in Salzburg. Look on top. Look on the left side, on top. Do you see the white tower with a red roof?
Yes.
That is the Abbey of Nonsberg, you guys. White tower, red roof, that is the entrance to the Abbey of Nonsberg, where Maria was a novice during the 1900s, you guys. You see this big stone wall that we have right in front?
Yes.
This stone wall is the one that you see at the end of the movie where the Nazis come and park their car, right there. Make sure. This is the time we all sing together in the Sound of Music bus.
Oh god.
Are you guys ready to sing with me?
Yeah.
Beginning, it's a very good place to start. When you read, you begin with
A, B, C.
When you sing, you begin with Do, Re, Mi. So, a needle pulling thread, love and note to follow so.
Now we're in Monsi, which is where the chapel is that they filmed the wedding. I always fast forwarded the wedding scenes, but it's cool to check it out anyway. That's the chapel there. Why did this magnet do Julie Andrews so dirty? She does not look like that. Mondsee is a pretty little area. Also pretty boring. Okay, now we're back in the centre of Salzburg. We're going to the Mirabel Gardens because that's where Do Re Mi was like filmed for a large chunk of it, and I blitzed right through it today because I was madly looking for a bathroom. But like that Pegasus fountain that I walked past like is the one that they walk around and stuff, and those stairs is what they jump up and do the Do Re Mi's on, and I was just like, get out of my way. So it'll be good to go back and look at it and be like, oh yeah. They walk around the edges of that fountain. Okay, so tour over. I thought it was fun. I mean, it's very fun. If you just want to see a few Sound of Music sites, like the fountain, and the stairs, and the archway that they run under all throughout Do Re Mi and stuff, you could just do that yourself. But it is more fun to do it on a bus and go see the stuff that you might not see otherwise. So yeah, I recommend it. Big day though. Oh, look at these little dwarfs. This Mirabel Gardens is quite fun. Okay. Well, this is different. I mean, Gretel touches one of these in the movie. I don't know which one. What's this all about? Do a dear female. And they also dance around this fountain in the song too. They used a lot of this space for Do Re Mi. They really went all over. And these statues are that bit where they're like a note to follow so, like as if they're threading the needle. That's the archway that they run around. Okay, let's do it. When you know the notes to sing. Oh gosh. I'm glad it's much quieter now than it was when I came here earlier, because there's not many people around. And this is the stairs where she hits a high note at the end of the song, which is like, yeah, so dope. Alright, let's get to the train station. Okay, now I'm at the Salzburg train station. I'm at the platform. I've got my dinner, a guacamole wrap, and a bio oat banana drink. Don't know what that's gonna be. And I think I'll end the vlog here. Tomorrow morning, bright and early, I'm going to the airport to go to Oslo. So, got to get back, pack, go to bed. So, see you in Oslo.